Good morning. It is Saturday, and as many of you may know or not know, I am competing today. It is not a meet that I am taking particularly seriously. There is a Pro Series meet in Orlando that I drove up to with one of my friends and clients, and we're doing it for some money. So that's what I'm getting ready for right now. I'm gonna cook some food real quick to bring to the venue, because what I am not doing is I'm not cutting for this meet. I'm gonna weigh in at whatever I weigh in at. I didn't bring a scale, so I have no idea what that weight is. But the one thing that I'm doing that I don't think has ever been done before is I'm going to lift and do my SBD day that is prescribed of me before I go compete. So right now I think it's 9 a.m., something in that ballpark, and I weigh in at 1 p.m. So Steve prescribed for me today a single on squat, 3 sets of 8, a single on bench, whatever the back downs were, I don't remember, and then a single on deadlift and a set of 9. So I'm gonna go do all of the volume work first, and then I'm gonna go compete. This has never been done before. I think I'm gonna feel good just because there's gonna be a few hours of a gap in between, and maybe it'll like warm me up. I'll get some like post-activation potentiation kind of thing going on. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go do right now. I think in order to win the money, I'll probably need to be in the ballpark of like 606 squat, 441 bench, like 694 pull, which were the singles that I was going to take anyway today. Probably even more on bench was what I had planned on taking. So I'm gonna start cooking for the meat. I'm going to bring some eggs, a little bit of lean ground beef, and some potatoes. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, 9:45. This horrific looking breakfast slash recomp meal is done. We were cooking on some shitty pans, electric stove. Use some like microwavable potatoes that don't get crispy at all. It looks like soggy mush. It is what it is. Got some sourdough bread to go along with it. We're gonna head to, I don't even know what gym we're heading to, but it's like 20 minutes away. Has all kilo stuff, but this is gonna be very interesting. I'm probably not going to go like crazy on my volume stuff. I'm thinking on squat, the 3x8 is normally like 65 to 70%. Like that's been one of the big changes in my training, that the high rep stuff I really don't push. And it's usually just like volume following a single that's just kind of mindless, just greasing the groove, and the 5s and the 3s and all that stuff is really what I go hard on, which years prior, the high rep stuff was what I really pushed. But this has been what I've responded better to as of late. So I'll probably go 190, 200, maybe 210. On my 8s on bench, I don't even remember what I have. Like it's just a ton of volume. And then deadlift, I have a set of 9, and I'll probably take somewhere in the 250 to 265 range. I have no idea yet. We'll see how I feel, but I think it's gonna be interesting to, like, I'm gonna try to document mentally just like, okay, this is how I feel training today, and then a few hours later, this is how I feel taking the same weights and warm-ups on the platform. It'll be interesting, because I really do suspect that I will feel better the second time around than I will this first time around. So we'll see.
that just because John Davis is having
Okay, this has to be the least professional pro meet ever. So I didn't say anything on social media yet because I've yet to compete, but apparently the warm-up room is like all pound plates. There's like one Ohio power bar. The carpet doesn't even cover the platform, which is hilarious. But if there's any meet to like, for that not to fucking matter, it's this one. Like on squat, I'll probably only warm up to like 495. On bench, I'll warm up to like 375. On deadlift, I'll warm up to like 495 because I'm going to be opening 595. But I got this guy to worry about over here, Mr. Borenstein. Signed up.
You.
Oh, you signed up before me.
What's up?
You signed up before me, didn't you?
I think I did, but I'm on the roster.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they didn't add either of us to the roster until like later on this week, so I didn't know that he was competing. Joe was telling me, he's like, yeah, I like did all peaking sessions and tried to taper for this. I just got back from the gym, so if he loses to me, he's a little, he's a little bitch. No. If you guys don't know Joe, Joe is 19 years old in the 75 kilo weight class and just took second at nationals, which is absolutely unbelievable. Like, I think a lot of people would expect, you know, a young person on the national stage in front of the strictest judging, you know, all the hype, that they would not be able to perform. And he's a fucking gamer, like just had the day of his life. Phenomenal lifter, and obviously I wish him the best today, especially since he's probably gonna push it pretty hard. I have no idea what I am gonna weigh in at. I assume somewhere around like 85 kilos. There's a scale in the other room over there that I'll probably go check on at some point, but yep, I'm just waiting to start weigh-ins. I think that they started the meet late this morning. I think they started at like 9, so hopefully they don't push weigh-ins back an hour, they just start late for us as well. So we'll see. These guys were confident, they just left me here with all their stuff. They just all got up and left. I was talking, I shut the camera off, I turned around and they're all gone. I don't know where they went. But yeah, we're gonna wait for weigh-ins now. And I got my Gatorade, I got my ground beef, eggs, potatoes, I have a ton of water, trial whirl. Obviously I'm not cutting weight, recomping is not really as necessary. But nonetheless, there are a lot of people who kind of take it for granted when you don't cut for a meet. You think they don't have to be as deliberate with their rehydration and recomping. And I've seen plenty of people cramp on meets where they didn't cut for it, and that's just unacceptable. So regardless, I need to be on top of it, but I don't need to be like crazy aggressive with it.
NORi. Bars ready. Give him a round of applause. Watch how fast he gets out of this hole. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Was that fast or what?
Good left, 3 wide legs.
Not kidding, right? Earth is good.
That's a good left, 3 wide legs for Sean.
Bars ready for Sean NORi, 606 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. 606 pounds. How about a round of applause for 606 on platform 2? Thank you, all 2 of you.
Sean comes right up with that, and the referees say.
Alright, so 3 for 3 on squat. 606 was exactly where I planned to finish for today. Coming in, I was like, I'm just going to take my normal training jumps. Last week I took 270 on my single. The week before I took 265. So today, 275. And for doing literally my entire workout a few hours back, I'm pretty happy about how that moved. Legs felt super strong today. Bars felt a little heavy on the back. You know, overall, like a very good squat. I knew once I unracked it, like with the kind of the bounciness of the platform and all that, I'm like, all right, I just need to move slow on the way down. Like, this is the thing that I need to work on when I compete, which is controlling the squat. And today I did just that. So, very happy with that 606. I'm literally like just getting back into training, so 606 moving like that, perfectly fine with me. The carpet actually feels fantastic, which will be a good thing for bench. So we have a lot of time until bench starts. There's still a D flight to go, then a 10-minute break. So I will be getting a drink until bench.
No, I'm saying my stomach is like a little. It might come up, it might go down.
Sean NORi's opening bench is 397 pounds, well over twice his body weight raw, well over twice his body weight. This is just his opener. Sean is just warming up.
All right, bars there for Sean, 195, 429.
I know it is good. And that is a no lift. He beat the rack. He beat the rack, no lift. 274 on the bar.
That's a good little 3 white lights for Sean.
All right, so bench, we went over expectations for today. The original plan was to go 180, 190, 200, but everything just felt really, really strong. So we went 180, 195, 205, and even 205. I mean, that was just incredibly easy. It's amazing what a good carpet, like what a difference a good carpet makes. I just felt like I could really use my legs. I felt like my butt was glued to the bench on my nats. And yeah, it was just really, really clean touches today. Really, really good execution. Honestly, probably felt good for like 217, 220 on the day, which bench has been nothing special since getting back from nats. Like literally just getting back to work. And for me, bench usually takes a little bit to pick up. So, I mean, we just mimic this going forward and we're good. So, what's interesting is Orenstein has been going balls to the wall today. Squat was balls to the wall, bench was balls to the wall, and he's on pace to out-total his nationals total by like 2.5 kilos, assuming everything goes as nationals did, plus the 2.5 that he got on bench. So I might have to pull something big. I might have to pull like 716 or something along those lines, which I have not held in my hand mixed ever. Literally the only time that I pulled mixed in my powerlifting career was when I pulled conventional back in 2015. So we'll see what happens. I mean, today's been feeling pretty good, but again, I don't want to push outside of my comfort zone. Obviously, squat and bench were super, super easy. So if I don't think I have it, I'm just gonna take the training single that was intended for today. But overall, really happy with everything thus far. Just gonna stay hydrated, stay focused, recaffeinate, and we'll see you guys
The lift is good. Here comes Gabriel Penzo. 6'11". 6'11" on the bar for Gabriel. On the bar.
The 327.5.
Somebody just stole red from us.
Did they just take one? Did they just take one from over there?
327.5. Tires loaded 327.5, 722, which will move him into first place in the men's open pro division. No lift there for Sean, very close, very close. No lift.
Okay, so the meet is done. We finished for 9 with a 780 total. The plan was to just take, 315, finish out the day. But Joe decided to have himself a day, which, by the way, if you don't follow Joe Lawrence, so you absolutely have to. He took second in nationals, like I said earlier on in the video, and managed to PR his total today, despite competing 2 weeks ago. Now, when he mixed grip. It was just too much to hold today. The grip has forsaken me, and we will have to do long holds, heavy holds, just figure out a way to hold high-end percentages, because I can hold 660, 680, whatever all day, but obviously there's a threshold where once you go over it, it becomes uncharted territory. So ultimately, I think I'm going to stick to mixed. I have a lot of time to practice with it, and yeah, I mean, it felt really good, but obviously you got to be able to hold the pull. So that is the end of the day. I had a lot of fun today. I'm pretty happy with how that felt. Like, the pattern looks so good. The wedge looks, I think, a lot better than it does hook. So as long as I can hold the bar, I think we'll stay consistent with mixed. But if it continues to give me issues, we'll go back to hook just for the sake of actual consistency. But it feels a lot more mindless to just set up and go. Yeah, that is it for today. I have to thank my buddy Brandon and athlete Brandon helping out today. Super helpful with checking the lifting cast to make sure that the attempts were loaded correctly, helping with warm-ups and all that sort of stuff. It was like a free-for-all back there, so ultimately, like, today was a lot of fun. The actual next, like, real competition plan after the prep is September, TSS, where I'll actually try to make weight for it, and then after that we'll do the Virginia Pro, which I'll just walk in at whatever body weight for the sake of not breaking any records, because obviously we want those records to stay where they are for nationals, so we have chips in play. But it felt really strong. Like, that SBD day before, honestly, it didn't affect me at all. I felt really, really good. So happy I was able to get on my work today. But anyway, that's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed watching, just let me know in the comments. I think this is going to be a really fun one, considering, like I said, I don't think anybody has ever done like an SBD day prior to competing. And yeah, remember, there are no bad days, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.